Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at 18 smokes, 7 flashes, and 2 Molotovs on the new map, Nuke. Hope you enjoy. You can still do the conventional outside nuke smokes. The first is to come into this pole on this fence behind this concrete block and aim between this pipe and this top part of the silo here, and then up to where your crosshair almost touches the bottom of that lamp, and then throw the smoke. The second is to come over to these yellow lines behind this red box, then go right in the corner where this line would meet this line, and then aim where this part of the roof would meet this part of the roof here, these two corners, and then just throw the smoke. So the first is going to bounce out here, stop anyone from seeing round to the right of it, then both smokes together block off the middle, and the final smoke blocks off the left side, so it's a complete coverage. However, anyone playing close cat up here can still see over this smoke. This part's completely covered, but this part you can still see over. So in order to block off that, we have a guy come into the shadow of the pole. So this is the first pole we lined up with. You come into the shadow of this pole here, then just aim slightly to the right of this and up. It doesn't need to be accurate at all. You can aim pretty much anywhere around there, because it's just going to bounce along this catwalk like this and go right into the corner there. So that's going to completely smoke off. Oh my god. That's going to completely smoke off this bit here. So now you've got complete coverage off into secret. Heaven's obviously going to be smoked by the original smokes, so you're going to be able to get into secret really easily. From this one spot, you can smoke off a number of CT's positions. It basically depends on where you're getting picked from, where they enjoy playing the most. But from this spot, you can smoke off Heaven by looking at the left side of this ladder and up to the top of this part of the silo over there, and then just jump throwing that. You can also smoke off the little air conditioning vent by aiming at the middle of this ladder and up to the bottom of this antenna here, and jump throwing that. And you can smoke off Hell by looking at the same antenna and this bottom corner of the building like this and jump throwing that. So you'll see the first smoke smokes off Heaven, the second smoke smokes off this AC unit, which can be quite a powerful position, and the third smoke comes down and smokes off Hell. Like that. You've also got outside smokes. You've got a nice garage one where you line up this bit here with the sort of handles on this red box, so it's right in the middle, and then you just aim at the wires above it and throw. And also you want to see this thing on the wall completely lines up with this left wall on garage, so you can just aim above that and run forwards and throw the smoke. So the first one's going to smoke off garage, and it's probably the fastest way to smoke it, and the second way is going to smoke off main, and it doesn't have to be accurate at all, just above that thing on there. We also have the cat smoke, so now we've got everything can possibly be smoked off. You just have to pick and choose which ones you want to, where are you getting picked from, and then play it that way and smoke those things off. For a really easy ninja plant on B site, just come into T lobby, then line the corner of this wall up with the edge of yellow so you can't quite see it. Then you're going to want to use these two spots, the third line across and the fourth line across, in line with all these dots. So on the third line across, you want to run forwards and throw a grenade, and then on the fourth line across, you want to throw a smoke and you want to throw a flash. So the grenade's initially going to blow up Squeaky door and also the vent, so you don't have to make the noise, and they'll see that before the smoke pops. Then the smoke's going to pop, and then the flash is going to come out and pop as well and blind anyone playing around this area that might try to spray into you. When you come out, all you need to check is blue hut on top of here, and then you can go straight down into the vents and do a quick vent rush. To smoke off main, we used to put a grenade on Squeaky and then a smoke straight through it, but this forklift blocks that. To do with the new main smoke, come into this corner, aim at this corner here where the top part of the doorway meets the side of it, then just run forwards and throw the smoke. You don't have to be exact at all, but it's going to fly out straight into the middle of main and smoke it off. If you manage to take control of A, you can come into the corner of this light on the floor and then aim straight up in line with this part of the vent and just in the middle of this lighter part of the pipe and throw a smoke, or you can throw a molly, and they're both going to go up, go straight through the hole and down into the ramp like this. When your team want to play towards the ramp, some support you can give them is to line yourself up with this railing here, with this little rung at the bottom, just push yourself against it. Then with a flash, aim to the left of this corner like this, and just throw it, and with a smoke, aim to the right of this corner, and down to the radio box, and just run forwards and throw it. So the smoke's going to block off the ramp area, which is really nice, and then the pop flash is going to get anyone in Hell, anyone playing up on this boost spot, like this, and anyone playing down in this corner as well. So this is a really important pop flash for actually getting out. Then while you're pushing out, you want to obviously check Hell, then quickly check these areas, and then snap back to what you're doing. If your team want to take A site, there's a couple smokes you can use to help them get in there from T-roof. The first is to come onto this railing, line yourself up with the left dot on the floor there, then aim between these two lines and up to the top of the roof like this and just throw. The smoke's going to hit the window and fly straight into heaven, forcing the heaven player to have to play out on the rafters and make him a much easier entry frag. The second smoke we're going to do is on top of this yellow railing. So just get into the middle of the yellow railing and push yourself against the wall. Then aim between the left and right side of these lines and up to where it would meet this railing at the top like this. And then you just have to throw the smoke. So the smoke's going to arc out. It's going to bounce on top of this pipe and then go straight through the window here. This one's going to land on top of silo, meaning when you're coming out of hut, you're clear from the rafters above you there and also from heaven. Or if you're coming out of squeak, you're clear from this little angle in heaven, which is a really frustrating angle. Finally, this silo smoke works if there is or isn't glass, that's fine, but the heaven smoke, if the CTs decide to shoot the windows out, then the heaven smoke will no longer work. So if the CTs cotton on and start doing that, what you can then do instead is move over to the silo here and line yourself up with this line, right? Then find the edge of this billboard and just follow it up, so it's the middle of this window and it's the middle of these two lines. You can just follow that straight up to the top, and then what you want to do is crouch and aim in the middle of the shadow that sort of underlines the top of this roof. So you want to aim right in the middle of this shadow and then just stand up and throw the smoke. The smoke's going to fly straight out and go into heaven like that, meaning it doesn't matter if they shoot the windows or not, you're still going to be able to smoke them off. As a CT, the conventional way to hold ramp still applies with a smoke, and a flash or a nade if you think that the rush is coming. From CT spawn, you can quickly smoke off the T outside area by coming up to this bit, lining up this handle with the edge of this building, and running forwards and just aiming in the middle of this gap and up to the top of this building, and throwing when you hit this yellow line, like that. Smoke's just going to fly out, bounce off the fence, and block off the whole T area. This means that the CTs are going to be able to push around and defend from secret if they want to, which is now with this extra bit can be quite a strong position to hold from. From CT spawn, you can smoke off the top of silo by coming into this corner here, then aiming where this yellow bar crosses this one and up to the top of this one like this. So you just want to aim where they cross and up to where they cross, and then jump and throw the smoke. Now the smoke's going to fly out, arc around like this, and land on top of silo, and block it off perfectly from there. On T roof, from the same spot as the first heaven smoke, you can put two flashes into a site. The first by jumping and seeing the top of the skylight, lining that top up with this line, and then aiming slightly underneath and just throwing. It's going to pop through the glass and pop everyone in sight just like this. And the second from the same spot is in the other skylight, same spot, just jump, have a look where it is. You'll see the top here lines up with this one. Then you can just throw underneath those dots. From T lobby, you can pop flash your way into A site by coming into this pillar, aiming right where the arrow would point to the middle of this wall, then running forwards and throwing the flash. You can come out with this one like this, and it's going to pop right here, getting anyone watching hut from around the rafters. If you're retaking A up heaven, you can bounce a pop flash just off of this top of this sign here. It's going to bounce out and be a perfect pop flash for A site. Toxic room's small enough now that if a single Molotov lands right in the middle, it's going to Molotov off the entire room and cause anyone playing in there to have to leave. And you can Molotov that room from pretty much anywhere. First shoot out the window, and then you just have to bounce a Molotov off this little sign. And this can be done from pretty much anywhere within B site, and that's going to spread and just burn off the whole room. Same from up in vent, just aim to bounce off the same spot. Like that. And it's going to bounce on there, and again burn off the whole room, including the back here. So you can't stand in this. So just before we end this video, I'm going to show you a quick bug on B site that will hopefully be patched up pretty soon. It was around on the previous Nuke map as well, but it's basically where you can land smokes and Molotovs on top of these pipes. Some of them are blockable and some of them aren't. The ones that are, you can land Molotovs on top of, and they'll basically burn through, like this one will burn through into Squeaky. If you're down here and you land a Molotov on this pipe, it's going to burn, it's going to burn up into the hut like this. And there's a few places like this that you can actually land them. For example, here we'll go put a smoke on A site by this box like this. And like you may have just seen, there's no sound actually when they're bouncing and stuff, because obviously it's through the floor. But hopefully it'll get patched up pretty soon, just to make people aware of it, that there is currently this bug. So yeah. That's all the new Nuke for now. You can check out another smoke tutorial on the right, or get my top 10 tricks for doing things faster in CSGO. And as always, thanks for watching.